Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. I am Emma in elementary and I am so super duper excited for us to dive into how to classroom decor. When I was putting this video together and looking back at all of the resources that I have, it made me so excited. It brought inspiration. It truly brought me back to that time when I was in college doing my internship, student teaching, getting so close to graduating, and it's just so fun and exciting. And we all know the thrill of decorating your own classroom, especially when it is your very first one. So today I'm going to show you what things I recommend decorating your classroom with and how to go about doing it. In this video, I'm going to show you examples of classroom decor and classroom themes and my personal recommendations for things that you should have in your classroom. Let's go ahead and get started with picking your classroom theme. The most exciting and perhaps most difficult part of decorating, especially your very first classroom, is deciding what your theme will be. Here are just a few examples of classroom themes that are all gorgeous and so fun. You do want to be careful when choosing though, because you don't want a theme that's too loud or distracting, and you also want it to feel cozy and welcoming. You want to be thinking about how you want your students to feel in the room and how you want to feel in the classroom, considering you'll be spending so much time in there. You don't want to get sick of it. Think about your personality and what you want to be reflected as. You want people to see that personality in the classroom when they walk in and just say, wow. I love getting compliments on my classroom. It makes me feel so good and happy. My theme is rainbows and bright colors. Let's talk about layout and spacing real quick before we get into specific decorations. Now, it is really important to know what your classroom layout is. Before you get too far ahead of yourself, it's good to know what you're working with. This doesn't mean you can't plan, because that's what we do as teachers, and best believe we will be doing it. But it helps a great deal when you already know what the layout is. I like to draw a sketch of the floor plan with my initial ideas. This is just my personal preference, and that's the way my brain works. You can purchase this that you see here to make a digital one if you'd like from Move Mountains in kindergarten. Whether you do this or not, you do want to be thinking about space and how to fill it without taking up too much of it. Now let's get into my personal classroom decor recommendations. My very first recommendation to you are bulletin board letters. It's really nice when all of your bulletin boards match with the same font and letter style. This is a set that I use from Ashley McKenzie on TPT for mine. Decide on which ones you want to use so that you can plan accordingly, and that way all of your stuff matches. By the way, everything that you will be seeing in the slides will be from TPT unless otherwise indicated. An affirmation station is one of the newer, trendy things to do in your classroom, and I love mine, which is the Shimmer Pop collection from Schoolgirl Style, which you will see more of in this video. Just make sure that you set your expectations for the mirror usage, especially if you have older students. I love my affirmation station because it gives students a sense of belonging, and it gives them feeling of, okay, I am proud to be who I am in this classroom. Having a calm corner is also just so nice. It's a way for students to take time to themselves when they need to, and they don't need to be sitting doing nothing during this time. You can have them working independently there. This contributes to your classroom being welcoming and cozy. Everything that you see here is from Teach to Love Learning, and I also like to include comfy seating, fidgets, and coloring sheets, things like that in my calm corner. Just make sure that your students understand that it is a privilege to go to the calm corner. They can't go whenever they want. I kept mine to only one student in there at a time. They know they need to ask permission, and they know it's a privilege, so they work for it. I love displaying a daily schedule outside of my classroom. This is just a good reference to have for everybody, whether it's other teachers or it's students or parents or admin coming to see when they can observe you. It's just a good reference, and you can even make a copy to have one by your desk if you want to. I also use this daily schedule from Schoolgirl Style on my whiteboard. I just put little sticky magnets from Amazon on the back, and I can change them or move them around as I need to for things like half days, assemblies, or different specials. Now let's get into some academic decor, which might be specifically more for upper elementary. I love these nonfiction text feature posters from Deanna Kallenberg. I'm not sure if I'm saying that correct, on TPT. This is a gap that has been observed in students, and I've discussed this with my literacy coach, just nonfiction text features in general. And this information is just so important for them to know, especially when you're thinking about state testing. And there are way more posters than just what you see on this slide. These parts of speech posters by Lindy Duplessis are also amazing to put on display for students to reference throughout the year. They're simple, easy to read, and straight to the point. And them being color-coded also just scratches a good itch in my brain. These skip counting posters are a literal godsend for my students. Mine are from Kate's Place, and my students and I absolutely love them. They are so helpful in students that are learning to skip count, and I have even witnessed these alone helping to close the gap with basic multiplication skills with one of my fourth graders. I highly recommend that every teacher that teaches anything from skip counting to multiplying and dividing uses these posters. Here is just some of the decor that I have listed on my TPT, MNLMN, that you can get for your classroom. That link is in the description as always, and there's more where this came from. I have also linked all of the resources that I showed in this video in the description as well. And that is all that I have for you today. I truly hope that I've inspired you in your classroom decorating journey, and I know your room will look just beautiful. I will see you in the next video.